there any answer there, Miss?
Yes, he's on his way down.
Okay. All right. That's a pledge. So no Patrick, huh?
He's doing something else.
All right. Well, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And you are?
Jane Hall, the city clerk.
City clerk?
Yes.
Put this down.
Now you have a problem with
Well, with this sheriff in particular, I suppose. Just Sergeant Craig in particular. A lot bigger than that.
Let's go.
Yeah, I just need to get my truck out of impound. He's been, harassing, targeting, and mistreating me. Just singling me out, kind of thing. I'm a common law traveler. I just travel freely under common law, and we outside or here.
No, right now.
Okay.
The information has been submitted to them, and so they will be getting in touch with you.
Yeah, I was just wondering what because every day is just more out of my life and pocket and everything. That's the bottom line, and I'm being systematically fettered and ostracized from society. As a result. Just wanted to get my truck out, and then we could address these matters. At the least that should be. I mean, that's obviously I have it all day. Constitutional to have my vehicle, my personal automobile. That is. At least in my possession. And he said, he's insubordinate to Lieutenant Morovich's orders in the first place. Morovich said that I have ample time to address this efficiently, expediently, responsibly. It was literally from the day I got it out to the day I got towed. The first time was 8/29 targeted individual day, and then the 7th, it was literally after 3-day weekend. So that is hardly ample time at all whatsoever. I was on the way to court. And it's, the whole agreement that we established right there, Morovich, Craig, and I, is that we're here to get your truck out, and you'll be permitted to address these in a timely manner before a judge and all that stuff. I didn't even get to the judge. Didn't even get to the court. So I mean, that's it. At the end of the day, it's he circumnavigated Lieutenant Morovich's orders to allow me the time to do so on his own while I was on my way to court. He could have cited me. Which was erroneous in the first place as well. But if you have an issue, cite me. I'll address it later. You don't tow my truck. You don't deport me from court. You don't put me in jail with no crime committed, depriving me of due process. There was no. I'm guilty at that point. Straight to jail. No arraignment, no hearing, no nothing. So that's. I mean, how many ways do we need to label that to be wrong? That's wrong. Period.
No.
So under those those pretexts and pretenses that. At minimal, that should be plenty enough to say, okay, get your truck, because it's all my belongings, my property, my tools, everything I need. I've had turned-down jobs. I'm penniless. I'm literally in the red. So I don't want to make it any more of a problem for anyone than myself, if included, and yourself as well. I don't want us to be here.
Unfortunately, we can't here solve the problem because it's with the police department.
All right. So that's what I was asking Patrick is, am I in the right place? He said, yes, you are in the right place. If this is the governing body overseeing the conduct of the sheriff's station there, that sheriff station, I mean, as soon as I get here, they all just scatter like roaches. I mean, they all just left right now. Sergeant Craig and them on the bikes, and they all just left because he's not available. It's always that deferment. Meanwhile, my truck is in impound another day, while everybody just passes the buck. Yeah. So where do I need to be, and who do I need to speak with? Whom do I need to speak with?
Where the city contracts with the police department.
All right.
They're the sheriffs. They are overseen by the county.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So the county oversees their conduct there,
Yeah.
and
We contract with them for services.
okay.
But we won't be able to solve it, unfortunately.
Well, that's why I asked him on day one is if I'm in the right place, and he said that I am. So that's my point, is that through negligence I get run around, delayed, and everybody just claims like, oh, I didn't know. Well, I mean, as I can show you here, right? Ignorance is no excuse for law when I go to court, right? And I'm just a common citizen, private citizen. I'm not employed to know the law, right? But because of all this, I do know the law. Not to mention, and we are recording this, as I indicated. 118 pages of case law backing up the fact that I have no obligation to comply with all this nonsense. I'm not in the jurisdiction. And, it comes down to this here, the United States Declaration of Independence and Constitution, which my grandfather signed. John Morton. That's him. He's the one that made sure that we did sign the Declaration of Independence. So it's like, and that's not an ego thing. It's not like I'm using that for special treatment. It's just the fact that it is being violated. And from him all the way down to this generation, it is to be honored, and they swore an oath to it, and they're violating it. So at what point do we just acknowledge that that's taking place to where the right thing can be done, that this could be corrected? I don't, like I said, I don't want to be ignorant of this. So where do I need to be to get this rectified?
You could go over to the police department and
go right there, because they won't come out and talk to me. The lieutenant refuses to speak with me, refuses to set up an appointment. So it's just outright
That's what
refusal.
the front desk said?
Right, the front desk and all the other, sergeants, agents, anybody. It just ends with stonewalling and ignorance, criminal negligence at this point. And we can go all into all kinds of all of the specific and express detailed violations. Okay, this happened at this point. That's this crimes. Because I didn't commit any crimes. That's what I have not done. Not one.
How come they told you hard?
Well, he didn't like the fact that I was trying to get to the court parking lot to park safely, so I could present my paperwork to the deputy. And this is to my understanding. Now, why he did so personally, I can make all kinds of inferences. But the only standing that he had was that there was a deputy behind me. I was trying to get us to the court parking lot to say, here's my documentation, He just cuts me off because he knew, he got the call, knew the truck, and he could not wait. And have video of them waiting for me. Let's see, a witness has been waiting for me, and video of them pulling out the truck, him yelling and yelling, why are you mad, bro? Why are you mad? Why are you not just doing your job? Why are you so upset with me? He again ran into my truck, cut me off, corralled me off into the shoulder. He just does not like the fact that I know my rights, and that's it. That's the bottom line. And I'm respectful to authority. It's not like I'm disrespectful to him. The first day he came out, he was, had his eyes on my truck. Like he was just absolutely, we're towing your truck. I'm towing. I think he said I'm towing. They always say I'm towing, like it's some kind of personal thing. And I was presenting my paperwork, and he just completely disregard and not acknowledging the law, the paperwork, nothing. Just saying we're taking your truck. I'm like, on what grounds? What crime have I committed? Just no law being followed, straight personal ego issue. So when I go there to speak with them, they all say, well, we gave you the chance. Oh, you gave me a 3-day weekend? You're just covering your little bases to say that you didn't. No, you're not. You're here targeting me, and that's the bottom line. You're trying to systematically fetter me out of a livelihood, I mean, my wife was raped and sold into sex trafficking, and they're setting her up to kill her right now. They sent an assassin, a Russian Jewish mafia assassin, to kill her.
When can you get your truck out of impound?
Well, they put he personally put a 30-day hold on it. It should have never been there in the first place. And when I go there to try to just get my personal effects and stuff, they try to charge me with trespassing. I'm like, I'm not agreeing to anything like that whatsoever, that I can't come back. I have every right to come back here. And not to mention the last place that I was at, I could come and go as I please. Why all of a sudden, as I go from, as they pass me around, because they just did it to my motorcycle, in the first place, the highway patrol cut me off on the freeway to instigate an engagement and initiate response to justify pulling me over, lighting me up, which is a felony if there's no crime. So how come nobody else is answering for the crimes that they're actually committing? And this guy threatening to break my window, this guy threatening to blow my head off if I don't put my hands up with the fire. Why am I having all these run-ins with the police when I'm just trying to go to the gym so I can defeat my cancer and get my wife out of sex trafficking? Well, you know, could it have something to do with the fact that I was raised by the Rockefellers? I don't want to call Michael Rockefeller. I don't answer to him, but I could have everybody's badge in there, all that. I don't want to run this up in flagpoles and I just want this to be addressed and resolved and rectified properly and get my stuff back, and kind of like to be compensated for all this. Obviously, what I've been through, and what I've had robbed systematically, intentionally, deliberately robbed from me. It's not happening anymore. Especially when I enjoy my peace, my sovereignty, my rights. If it doesn't matter for me, it doesn't matter for you. It doesn't matter for you. So it better matter for you, so that it can matter for you and you. All right. When we go all, I heard.
Well, I'm
just need to know
sorry
where I need to
this
go.
happened to you.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm sorry it happened to you, but there's not really anything we can do.
Okay, well then, okay.
The police department will have to answer to you.
Well, then somebody needs to hold them by the collar to do so, by the scruff of the neck, and saying, you're going to answer to this law. Somebody needs to regulate them, because I can't go in there and do that. I can't go in there and force them to do anything. They force me to do everything. So somebody needs to govern and regulate their, like I said, conduct, and ensure checks and balances are followed, and that they're doing the right thing. If they're not, and it's certified, and I have plenty of evidence showing that they're not doing so.
Yeah, the county will be over them.
The county, and this is the city.
Riverside County.
This is City Hall, I understand. And so I need to go to the county.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was just wondering why Patrick was telling me that I'm in the right place then. So who and where then in the county jurisdiction, do you know who I would need to speak with, or where?
I don't know who you would speak to, but the Riverside County is over there.
Okay.
As far as anything like that.
How do you know how I would get in touch with the Riverside County and navigate that avenue of addressing this? What do I do?
We just Google it or Riverside County. Yeah.
Riverside County
Sheriff's
Department. Okay, well, I mean, that'll take me right there. That's all of it.
There should be I believe their website has like a complaint section.
Oh yeah, I already submitted a complaint. What is that? They just pass around and laugh at it. So I mean, I need real action. I mean,
you might have to hire an attorney.
Well, I shouldn't have to do all that either. There should be avenues to address this in a timely, efficient manner, and to have it, like I said, just addressed, and not have to be, because that's what enables these people to do what they do, is leaning on the litigation, the just deferment, and meanwhile I'm just completely being eroded at my livelihood and everything else. And not to mention, like I said, they're setting my wife up to kill her, and I'm trying to get her out. And that is a pressing, time-sensitive matter. A Russian Jewish mafia assassin, not a game, not a joke, not a fabrication, not an elaboration. They're about to kill the love of my life. They just killed her sister last year, and I was this close to getting her out, both of them. And I was deterred once again. Same type of stuff, exact same stuff. So. You know better than me. That's why I'm here. It's because this whole place is more than I am. It's an entire establishment and etc. institution to address such matters. If not exactly this one. So I just need and all due respect, why couldn't you tell me that in the first place? No, this ain't the place to be. You go there. why until I come here? See, that's what I'm talking about. Stagnation, waiting until I'm doing something and waiting for instead of proactive. Hey, Mr. Morton, that's where you need to go. Handle it. This is not happening on our watch. Every buck needs to stop at each and every one of us. We need to take up. Every one of us needs to take up our own responsibility, our own cross. So, but that's the bottom line: is Riverside County.
Riverside County Sheriff's
So yeah.
Department, yeah.
All right. Anything else then? I don't mean to take any of your time. Any more of your time.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.